So I woke up today with no energy at all. Like, I didn't want to do anything. And one of the craziest things is that the content that I want to create is all about habits and productivity. I had already set up that I had to record something and I had to write something for this channel and for this video, yet I found myself not wanting to do anything. And one of the ideas that we have in our heads about productivity is that we have to be these content machines, that we have to do all this stuff every day and for the rest of our lives, and that is going to take us from A to B super fast, or A to Z, whatever it is. But there are also days that are complicated, and yet I had to push myself to do a little bit more. Even when I woke up and didn't want to do anything, I actually even sat down and tried to draw and make a sketch. It's one of the things I wanted to do. I just scrolled Pinterest trying to find references and didn't really do anything. So I pushed myself a little bit further and had to do the dishes, started cleaning up the apartment, doing things that I know are boring and I didn't want to do just because I had to do something. And I think that's a very valid way to go about your day when your emotions and the things that are not letting you break through that barrier of creativity happen. There are days that are going to be harder, and you don't really have to be 100% productive that day, unless of course you have work to do and there's schedules and you have to really push yourself. But when it's not the case, and when you're the one making your content, don't feel that bad for those days. And this is also me telling it to myself. Productivity doesn't have to be a machine. You are not, ChatGPT that always has the answers to everything that you're doing, and you have to, produce. You can do a couple of things. So for example, I went to a coffee shop in the morning and sat down and tried to go through some questions that I had for myself and how I want to move this channel and the next topics and stuff like that, and trying to just have insights on myself. And that helped me because I reached another threshold. I'm asking my questions for myself and for my channel, but it just felt like something that I had to do, yet with no real motivation. So I didn't feel I got to a place that I am satisfied with yet, at least. I just thought about how do I communicate this, because we are so used to hearing all these people saying that you have to follow a list and have these habits every day. And yes, I know we should, but the reality is that not everybody can follow that every day, every single day for the rest of their lives. There has to be breaks. If not, there's going to be burnout. The body and the mind can handle steps and can handle progress. But again, I don't think we are machines. So it's fun. I'm actually understanding myself, especially when it comes to my time and my resting time. I've been sleeping a little bit later because I'm playing video games, and I end up knowing that if I rest less hours, I'm definitely not going to have the energy to wake up and do the things that I want to do with that motivation, because my body is not functioning the same. So that is one of the main habits that I feel is the most important when it comes to keeping up with your day-to-day, and it's sleeping well. That is probably one of the biggest and most important habits that you have to do. Always having, a rest time that you are going to shut everything down and go to sleep, because it's just going to make your day completely different. So this, again, I'm saying to myself, but if you're going to do habits in any shape or form, and if you're going to track the things that you want to do and you have goals that you want to create, sleeping is probably number one on the list. And I'm tired, very tired, but I want to do a video and I want to record and I want to share this story, because if not, I'm just going to go on my second day tomorrow knowing that I didn't do anything and that nothing is moving because I'm not producing. And yes, all I said was true, yet I need to do something in order to feel that my day was valuable and that I was able to do something for the life that I want to create in the future. So I guess my advice, if you're listening to this, is if you wake up in the mornings and you don't want to do anything, try to push yourself to do the most boring stuff first and try to get over the things that are like purely manual that you have to do, like making your bed and just organizing your apartment, organizing your room, making things that are going to unclog your head and start thinking of other ways to do the creative stuff, because creativity comes when there's organization. At least that's how I see it, and I think it's the best way to start your day. And even if you don't do anything creative throughout your day, and if you didn't draw, if you didn't sketch, if you didn't write or whatever, you did something that is going to be valuable for your next day, that you're probably going to have the energy and the creativity because you got over all the nasty stuff, all the to-dos and all the things that if you were creative, you were probably thinking about doing anyways. So yeah, there's going to be low days and that's okay. So I hope you take something from that. And if you're feeling low right now, don't worry about it. It's part of the process. It's part of understanding yourself. It's part of being a person, being, human, right? Because it can lead to burnout. And burnout is probably one of the worst feelings there is, especially for creatives. So that's my advice for today. And I hope it resonates with you. And try to rest a little bit more, even if that means not doing absolutely anything during the day. Find a book maybe, or rest on the couch. Be open to be bored, and that's where ideas might come from. So have a good one. Peace.